This video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
You are about to become part of the phenomena of Star Wars. In a few minutes, you'll see a movie that's become more than just a movie. For 7 years now, it's been part of my life, and the saga it's given birth to has touched the lives of millions of others. It has a magic, Star Wars. That magic doesn't lie only in its brilliant special effects. Its power derives from its spirit of romance and adventure. It's like the movies and cliffhanging serials of the past. It's an exciting and very special fantasy. And when it came out, the world went instantly Star Wars crazy.
I'm gonna need a minute.
You know, so many people ask me about Sir Alec Guinness. I guess the two most often questions are Sir Alec and the robots. And there's a wonderful story that kind of tells you about both of them.
I heard your story on Twitter. Just this morning, my daughter Chelsea was showing me the video of you with your R2-D2 arm. Oh man, that is fantastic. Wow.
Cody, still a man of few words, but 2 words roll right off his tongue.
Who did you want to meet?
Mark Hamill.
Make-A-Wish made it happen.
Skywalker. Hi.
How are ya?
This whole thing. Yeah. Do you get that when you walk down the street in New York? Hey, Luke!
All the time. Hey, Luke, how you doing, man?
I get a hallway scene Luke this time.
Wow. So much happened there in the last minute. I haven't even had a chance to type it all. But I'm working on that right now because I want to make sure we give the special shout outs to the people that just signed up for our membership team. Thank you guys so much. Welcome to Echo Base Network. I am the coach. Nick will be joining us here shortly. We have a great show for everybody tonight. It is going to be fabulous. We have so much to talk about. Tonight, we're going to start off with the thing that is probably the most important, or the latest information, which is going to be everything about Kenobi that just dropped today. We're going to get into some details about that. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. And I want to give a special shout out to everybody that I saw in the chat. Thank you for being here on our regular Thursday night Star Wars show. We are tickled that you have chosen to spend this time here with us. Ghost Fixter, Matt Rissman, Dawn Claterman, Michelle O'Rourke, Stephanie Janisek, Smuggler's Cantina, James Cocker, Josh Main. Josh, I hope you feel better. Josh is suffering from COVID, guys, so throw up some thoughts or prayers or remember him. Josh, we hope you feel better. You just sit back and relax, my friend, and watch the show. Juan Carlos Orozco, thank you for being here, Juan. Griffin Turbo, Phil McCracken, trouble is here, guys. Trouble is here. Tona Boogie, Francis, Debbie Young, Anthony, YouTube fan. Spock's Friday Nights, Gary, Banjo Sandwich Worthington, Glenn Schroeder, Vori Linus, Alan Copeland, Ricardo De Leon, CredSox05, Christian Fandom Geek, Old Star Wars Nerd, John 42, Dark Lord Fudd, Green Lantern 345. We would be
honored if you would join us.
Leia Rose, Lord Jonka, Lego Batman, Reeves, Felix Kiros, The Stanleys, Swagger Like Us, Anthony Does Disney, The Young Yoda, Just a Kid from Brooklyn, Gray Knight, Kara, Justin Reynolds. Justin, glad you are here, sir. Nick Southwood, The Melvor is in the house. Scott Westbrook, Mike Hawk Long.
Give yourself to the dark side.
Jedi Master Lawrence, Val Lechner, and Black Dragon. Anybody that I missed, I'm sorry that I missed you. Let me know that you are here, and I'll be glad to give you a shout out. Thank you to all of our members being here with us.
Give yourself to the dark side.
All of our subscribers being here with us. All of our mod team, our fabulous mod team, is here in the house. And if tonight is your first Echo Base Network live show, very special welcome from Coach and Nick to you and our community. Guys, we have the best Star Wars community on YouTube, bar none. Thank you, guys. And that's because of you. You. So thank you guys so much for all of that. Tonight, we have an agenda. We are going to go through the Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader rematch confirmation that we just received about 6 hours ago. And we are also, it's so funny that the news just now came out. We're going to get into that. A little trailer, a little sizzle reel drop today, and we jumped on it. Thank you to Matt Rissman for getting us that information so quickly. And I was able to get a video out, and it is doing really, really well right now. And thank you guys. But we're going to dive into that here in just a few minutes. Some other things that we're going to talk about tonight. Patty Jenkins' Star Wars movie, Rogue Squadron, has been delayed. We'll get into that news, and Nick will be giving his take, of course. We're also going to talk about the theory, did a Star Wars Old Republic movie replace Rogue Squadron? Have you heard about that one? We're going to get into that as well tonight. You don't want to miss it. We are also going to talk about the Eternals director, Chloe Zhao, is directing Kevin Feige's Star Wars movies, or Star Wars movie, and that news comes from Den of Geek, so we will also be discussing that, and we're going to finish the show tonight discussing the select AMC theaters to host a Disney Plus Day surprise screening this weekend. We know that it's going to be Rogue One. The cat is out of the bag, And pretty much Star Wars confirmed that over on the official Star Wars channel. It probably dropped an hour and a half ago. If you want to go watch that video on their channel, or just take our word for it, they pretty much confirmed it's Rogue One. It's really funny. We'll get into that when we get there in the show. And I do want to tell everybody, we're going to finish the show actually after that by discussing tomorrow's big event, Under the Helmet, The Legacy of Boba Fett. It is dropping tomorrow. That's exactly right, guys. It is coming to us at some time tomorrow. Nobody knows when yet. We're going to assume that the video is going to drop or become available on Disney Plus at 3 o'clock a.m. Central Time, which would be midnight Pacific. And your brother here at EBN, none other than Nick, the ladies' man, he will be doing a video reaction on The Legacy of Boba Fett, so you don't want to miss that. That will be dropping, and when you wake up in the morning, when the rooster crows 3 times, Nick will probably have that video out. He is ready to go. So at this time, guys, I'm going to go ahead and bring Nick in, and we do want to go ahead and start the show off by reviewing our new members and our super chats, and then we're going to jump right into the first bit of news. Before I do that, really important that I share with everybody the 3 ways that you could join us here on Echo Base Network. The 3 ways that you could join us here on Echo Base Network. 1, you could send us your Star Wars story. That's exactly right. Email me your Star Wars story at echobasenetwork@gmail.com. echobasenetwork@gmail.com. Everybody has a unique Star Wars story that is yours. It is special and it is worthy of being heard and shared. And now I would be honored to share your story. The second thing is, if time permits tonight, we will have member pop-ins, but we got to see how the show goes. I would love to have member pop-ins. We will start with our Grand Masters and then move down to our Jedi Masters, our Jedi Knights, and our Padawans. It's actually part of the perk package with the Jedi Grandmasters and Masters, but we're going to try our best, guys, to see if we could do that tonight. But we're not sure because tonight has a full agenda. And if we can't have pop-ins tonight, Nick and I will have a chill stream at some point, and then you guys can meet up with us. And then the third and last thing, guys, is any and all tips and super chats that you send in to the channel tonight. Thank you so much for all of your support, all of your financial support to the show, guys. Nick and I greatly appreciate that. So at this time, let me go ahead and bring in my Star Wars brother, Nick.
What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? I know I missed out last week. Real quick, Michelle O'Rourke in the chat. She's not going to be here for a little while after tonight. She's actually going to the hospital to give birth to her baby daughter. So congratulations on that, Michelle. Hope everything's going well. I do want to real quick update on the Blu-rays. So the authoring company that that's creating these for us, there were some issues with them burning the documentary because it had Star Wars clips in it. I had to talk to them, let them know that it's like fair use, like this is a documentary for like documentation purposes, all that sort of stuff. You know, we edited and did anyways, it was a big, huge thing behind it. I got it all straightened out. It's going to take a little bit longer now. I was hoping to have them by the end of October. Now it's looking like it's going to be like 1st of December, mid-December, before we actually get these. Then me and Coach have to sign all these and stuff, but
that won't take long.
It is being worked on. We didn't just take y'all's money and run off with it and buy toys with it or anything. It is being worked on.
I mean, look, we're not even making any money on that. Like we broke even just to be able to get this to you guys. So thank you for those updates, Nick. So real quick, before we jump into the news, guys, and we got an incredible show for you. I mean, don't go anywhere, but I've got to pay homage and welcome our people here. So we've got, let's see, Nick Southwood has joined our Jedi Master member family. So thank you so much to Nick Southwood. Welcome. Just a Kid from Brooklyn has also become a member. He has joined the Jedi Knights. And Tony Yule has become a member. He has joined the Grand Master team. So thank you so much for that. I want to make sure that I am not missing anybody else, but you know,
well, coaches, checking that real quick to all the Grandmasters and Jedi Masters out there. If you go to our community tab on here, there will be links to get your Echo Base Network coin. As you see in the holder that Ted, the old Star Wars nerd, made. And Grandmasters, there'll be instructions on how to get your Grandmaster T-shirt for me to send to you. So all Grandmasters and Jedi Masters, go check the community tab if you're new, if you haven't gotten your coin, or if you haven't gotten your shirt, if you're a Grandmaster. Also, Grandmasters and Jedi Masters, message us on Twitter if you want to be a part of the Jedi Master Grandmaster group, message group, the DMs that we have on Twitter. Just send us a message, tell us your YouTube name. We'll confirm that you're actually a member and all that good stuff, and then we'll add you to that group.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you for that, Nick. So anyways, back to our new members. Nick Southwood, Just a Kid from Brooklyn, and Tony Yule. Thank you guys so much for joining our family here at Echo Base Network. You are Echo Base Network, and this video is for you three folks. And thank you very much to Alan Copeland, who has reminded us, Happy Veterans Day to all, for our people here, all of our viewers here. If you are a veteran, thank you so much for your service. Any of your family members, any of your friends, thank you so much, guys. My father served, Nick's father served. We're honored. So thank you guys so much.
Yep, my brother is currently serving up in Alaska.
Yep. All right. So let's go through the super chats and tips, Nick, and then we will jump right into Kenobi and everything that has happened today. It's quite a bit, guys, so just hang on. We're going to go through these pretty quickly, but we want to give our super chats and tips some time as well. So let's see. Lord Junka has tipped $5, saying,
"Give yourself to the dark side.
Keep the Star Wars love and fandom voice loud." Well, we're going to do the very best that we can. Thank you so much for your $5 tip. We really appreciate that. Lothar D has tipped $10, and he says, "For the tip jar."
Give yourself to the dark side.
Thank you, Lothar D, for filling that tip jar up. We greatly appreciate that. We will definitely be able to use that for something.
You can get our CC's pizza money.
Yeah, well, we appreciate it, man. Let's see. LR Dice has, what's up, Victor? Good to see you, bro. He has super chatted.
Give yourself to the dark side.
$20. He says, "Hail at everyone. Hope everyone is good and well. On my way home from Best Buy and PetSmart. Can't wait to try out my new webcam. Let's go." And
Awesome.
also hyped for the Obi-Wan news and how he's also in the Boba Fett trailer. Star Wars forever. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll be hitting on that for tonight for sure, Victor. And Felix Quiros tipped
Give
$5.
yourself to the dark side.
And Felix says, "Things are heating up. Star Wars season is right around the corner. I cannot wait, dude. And I am very excited about the Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan series. You are Echo Base Network." Thank you so much. And Mr. Buttcrack Media has also become a member. And
I love that name.
I missed him. So Mr. Buttcrack Media is now a member as well. So thank you so much for joining, Mr. Buttcrack Media. You are Echo Base Network, and I'll play your alert in just a second, sir. The Star Wars guys has tipped $5, saying, "Love everyone
Give
here."
yourself to the dark side.
This week so far has been an extremely frustrating work week for both Mike and I, but it's worth getting through the day for some EBN. Thank you, bro. We appreciate that. And sit back and relax and enjoy the show. It's going to be a good one and probably a long one. Debbie Young, Mama Bear, has tipped $10.
Give yourself to the dark side.
She says, welcome all new members, Mama Bear. You got to know Debbie Young. You got to know Debbie Young. She's the GOAT. I'm telling you. Let's see here. We also have Tony Yule. Nick, I'll let you comment on this one. He sends a $5 super chat.
Give yourself to the dark side.
Tony,
I can't read it.
I'm going to read it to you. Tony is one of our newest members, and he says, you guys need to have both Cameron Pasha and Doomcock on your show and vice versa.
Yeah, we have had them on our show before, both of them.
To the dark side.
Doomcock a little further back than Cameron. We had Cameron on, I don't know, maybe a month and a half ago with Robert Meyer Burnett on here. And yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to have them back for sure.
Yes.
It's just a timing thing. We're also going to be trying to get Chris Gore and Robert Meyer Burnett on at the same time. Also, for those of you who don't know, Chris Gore did all the physical media review stuff on G4 TV. He's at Comic Cons. I'm sure you guys probably know who he is.
Yep.
But we're actually going to try to have both of them on at some point as well. So yeah, we're definitely going to be having guests on.
Well, and thank you for that super chat, Tony. We consider both Cameron and especially Doomcock friends to the channel. So thank you for that. And let's see here. Credsox05, she says, hey there, EBN. So happy that I'm a part of a great family. Keep up the great work. You are Echo Base Network. Debbie Young tipped another $10. Debbie says,
give yourself to the dark side.
She's so funny. She says, Mama Bear says, remind Jedi Masters and Grandmasters about their coins. And I will say this, Nick, I saw our brother Bello Triggerfish in the chat, and he said he never got his Grandmaster t-shirt. So we got to look into that.
I got a whole list of everybody who shipped one out. So there's instructions on what you need to do to get your shirt in the community section. You just got to email echobasenetwork@gmail.com and in the subject line put Grandmaster t-shirt and then just send us your shipping information. And I have a whole running list of everybody I've shipped them to. So if you haven't gotten one, I either haven't received an email from you with your shipping information or there was a mix up or something because you might be out of the country, outside of the US or something. I don't know how Teesprings handles all that or if it's like a slow process. I'm not sure, but just shoot us an email. If you guys haven't gotten your coin or your Grandmaster t-shirt, just shoot us an email or get up with Debbie because she does all the coins. And all this information is in the community section, but just shoot us an email, put in the subject line what it's referring to, because the email is the best way to get a hold of us because it comes directly to our phones. And it dings, and one of us will end up looking at it, at some point in time that day.
All right. So Nick Southwood, actually, I'm sorry, Bello Triggerfish said he'll send
give yourself
an email
to the dark side.
So he will be doing that. Let's see. Mexican Iron Man has super chatted $10. He said, Nick, great job on all video narrations last week. Coach, you sound like a super sexy DJ, silky smooth. P.S. I'm fired up for the 2 new shows. And I do want to say thank you so much to the wonderful, awesome, great Mexican Iron Man who sponsored me and purchased this microphone. So thank you so much to Mexican Iron Man for doing that. Greatly appreciate it. He will be returning to the show in the near future, so you guys stick around for that. It's going to be it's always a party. So we can't wait. Jedi Master Lawrence has tipped $5 for the coffee tea fund. Thank you. And I will put it on my Jedi Master Lawrence my coffee mug right there. I need to pull that out and show everybody, but it's right there. And then Nick Southwood super chatted the last one, $4.99. Two God-fearing content creators build up an amazing community. Can't ask for anything better. Looking forward to all the new shows in 2022. Well, thank you, Nick. We really, really, really appreciate that. And all right, guys. Well, that's going to get us caught up.
And real quick, thanks to Mexican Iron Man for sponsoring me for the trip to Retropalooza this year. Because without him, I would not have made that trip at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you to Mexican Iron Man. So, guys, that's going to do it for us. We are all caught up. Right after this, we'll be back with the news. Thank you to all of our new members. I want to hit this video for our new members and all of the super chats. Thank you so much for your monetary financial support. We greatly appreciate it. We are You Are Echo Base Network, and these videos are for you guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we move into the news section of the show. So sit back, relax, stay with us. If we're able to have pop-ins tonight, time permitting, then pay attention to what we're talking about 5 different subjects. All are big Star Wars news that we're going through right now with you guys. So stay with us, and we will definitely be, and we want to engage with you. We want to engage with you whether we have pop-ins or not. So we will be keeping our eye on the chat as well, everybody. So anyways, it is now time to get going on this. The very first thing.
And shout out to the Melvor who's in the chat from the Game Chasers. Hail to the Melvor.
I already told him that, but anyway.
Oh, really? Oh, I just now saw him. You must have. It must have been before I jumped in.
Yeah, it was. All right. So, hey, Melvor. All right. So, anyways, here we go. Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader rematch confirmed by Kenobi Video and Art. The article comes from Screen Rant. We hit it earlier today. What happened is I woke up moving around, doing some stuff, and then all of a sudden I get a message from Matt Rissman, one of our moderators and members, and Matt sends me a link to somebody's video, and it was a sizzle reel for Kenobi. You probably saw it earlier today, and you probably haven't seen it since because Disney continues to take them down. People are putting them up, and they get taken down. They put them up, they get taken down. Josh at Den of Nerds, isn't it Den of Nerds, Nick? He put out screenshot images of the trailer of the art to discuss. So what I'm going to do real quick, for those of you who have not seen the trailer, I'm going to switch over the trailer, and you're going to see me in the window. I don't have Nick ready for that, but it's very short, Nick, about a minute. And I'm going to have to do a little commentary as we watch it, because if I don't, YouTube will take our live stream down, and we don't want that. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and switch over so you guys can all see that as well. So here we go. So what we have right here is the Kenobi trailer that people were able to see over at the Disney investors meeting that we weren't able to see.
Obviously, Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That's right. So they talk about the hunger for the character's comeback and how this is a dark time for Kenobi. These dark Jedi are coming after him. There are Jedi hunters everywhere. He has this one task left. One task left, they say, to keep Luke safe. That's our starting point, Deborah Chow says. And we're going to see where it goes from there. And they say, as you see here in the video, the return of Hayden Christensen, you can't tell the story Kenobi without addressing Vader. Got to. And then lastly, they're going to have another swing at each other, and it will be satisfying for everybody. So there is the trailer or the sizzle reel, rather. It's not really a trailer. So, Nick, you were asleep when that dropped. You wake up and you run right into that news. What was your reaction? How did you respond when you saw that trailer for the first time today? And just to clear this up with everybody, that is what everybody, all the investors got to see. The investors got to see that on Disney Plus Day. We didn't. Pretty cool that it just now came out. You would have thought somebody would have leaked that a long time ago, but it just came out today.
Yeah, and rumor has it that a full first trailer is going to release tomorrow for Kenobi.
I 100% am anticipating that.
Yeah. So I watched that, and it looked like one scene. It looks like they were back on Coruscant in like the bar
to the
community area, from the prequels.
Yeah.
There was one screenshot that flashed by real quick. I haven't got to pause it throughout and kind of really dig into it, but it almost looked like there were snow speeders in the background. But I could be wrong on that. I just from quickly watching it again just now, there was one screenshot where it looked like there was some in the background. Kenobi's, got more gray hair and stuff now. At one ship that I guess the Jedi hunters are using, that they showed a screenshot of, it looked very sequel trilogy-esque, like Kylo Ren's ship. But I mean, it was just there really wasn't a whole lot to it. It just basically just showed, it had them talking and showed a couple little images of some artwork and stuff. I will be way more excited once I see an actual trailer. But it was fine. It was a tease just to get people hyped for it, and but it really didn't give us a whole lot, I didn't think.
Well, after I watched it, I was very excited. And my biggest takeaway, and if you saw the video that I did earlier today, I've already talked about it, but my biggest takeaway was that they laid to rest the whole, why would Ben Kenobi be leaving Tatooine? They put that to rest. They point blank tell us in the teaser trailer, his number one objective is to keep Luke Skywalker safe. That's our starting point. We're going to see where it goes from here. But they pretty much show you in the images, he's leaving to protect Luke. Like, I was glad to hear them talk about his number one objective is to keep Luke Skywalker safe. They didn't have to say that. And this is something that came out months ago. I mean, I don't even remember how long ago the Disney Investor Day was. Like, at this point, it feels like it was a year ago. Like, it's been a while. It's not been a year, but it's been a while. But for them to say the number one objective for Ben Kenobi is to keep Luke Skywalker safe, but this is a dark time for Ben, and there's Jedi hunters going around, and I have to imagine, to me, it's like a foregone conclusion that Kenobi finds out there's some Jedi hunters that are coming, but they're coming for Luke. And he's got to protect them. So I said it in the video, he preemptively goes out to keep Luke safe. That's my theory, and I am all in on it. What do you say?
I honestly have no clue why he would leave Tatooine. I'm on the side of the camp that doesn't think he should leave Tatooine at all, unless Luke's leaving and he's leaving because of that reason. But if he does leave and they provide a good explanation for it, I'm not against it. It wouldn't make sense to me unless they give a good explanation and reason why. And then of course they talk about the rematch and all that. Which again, I just
before you get into the rematch, let me rebuttal what you just said. Talking about why he would leave. I don't know why he would leave yet. I don't know that.
Yeah.
I think they're going to tell us that, and maybe I'm being too trusting of Deborah Chow, but the fact that one of the very first things Deborah Chow says in the trailer was he has one task left to keep Luke safe. I mean, that right there sold me and gave me a lot of faith in the show. But that's just me.
Yeah. I mean,
if she didn't say that, the whole trailer would be different for me.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of, to me, we kind of already knew that was his whole objective already, anyways.
Well, yeah, we assumed that from our position, but we didn't know from Disney's.
Yeah. I'm really nervous about this film. I'm excited to see it. I'm definitely going to be watching it for sure. I'm real nervous about continuity. I just don't have a lot of trust in Disney.
Yeah.
I just don't.
That's
but
funny. I'm sorry.
Go
Go ahead. Well, when I saw the comments earlier today, I was looking, and that a lot of people said that same thing, Nick. That they, who's helping Deborah Chow with this? Is this the writing team? And I was like, man, I don't know. Hopefully, this is Deborah Chow's series, and that she is leaning on Filoni to help her with this, and I would feel better about it.
Yeah, and I think I don't know if we actually. You know what? I'm gonna look real quick because I don't know if they have the writing credits for this listed on IMDb yet or not. I'm just curious because I want to say, let's see, writers.
Well, while he's doing that, Nick Southwood has super chatted $4.99. I already hit that one. I'm so sorry, Nick. Darth Arlena has tipped $5. Happy 246th birthday to my fellow Marine brothers and sisters. Happy Veterans Day to everyone that has served. Love you, EBN family. Thank you so much, Darth Arlena.
So it looks like there's 3 writers. One of the writers only was part of the writing process for 2 of the episodes for Kenobi. And I don't know who any of these people are. So I hope to God that they anything that they wrote, they got Filoni was included. He made sure that the continuity was kept in this. Because if not, if they just kind of go off on their own, it could be a disaster. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that they get this right. Hopefully the screw ups that they had in the past is kind of a wake up call and they don't make the same mistakes again. And they really are trying to fix Star Wars and give the fans what they want. And if we come out of this series with it being great, like, I don't want it to be just meh. It was okay. Like, I want it to be great. If it's great, I will have a whole lot more trust in them moving forward for sure.
This is an important time for Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
Because you got our attention with the last live action Star Wars that we saw. And that was chapter 16, The Mandalorian, The Return of Luke Skywalker. And we're going to see if that kind of momentum continues. Is there really a change happening where they're going more towards creating Star Wars content that the fans actually appreciate and like and love, instead of giving us things like the sequel trilogy, guys? And I'm just telling you the truth. Speaking of, Tony Yule, one of our newest members, sent a $50 super chat. Thank you so much, Tony. He says, here's the thing you and Disney need to know, and that is most of the majority of the Star Wars fandoms have all but quit the franchise, and no matter what Disney, Favreau, Filoni does, the fans have lost faith in Lucasfilm. And here's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't think Tony's wrong, Nick.
Nope. 100% not. We are on the side of that final nail has not been put in the coffin for us yet. I mean, I got 1 foot in the Star Wars grave and 1 foot out.
Yeah.
The ending of Mando season 2, the fact that they brought Luke back and he was a complete badass in that gave me some bit of hope. But then, of course, the corporate side of Disney, no matter whether Star Wars is good or not, I will always think they're trash. Especially what they did to Gina Carano and all that. The corporate side, I'm not ever going to be a fan of Disney on that aspect. But as far as the Star Wars side goes, in the shows and stuff, I'm holding out hope that they end up getting it fixed. They get it on the right track. They give the fans what they want. But I also don't want a bunch of member berries and just fan service just thrown in there just to be like, hey guys, look at this. Doesn't this make you happy? Like make it all make sense and make it believable. Don't just throw stuff in there just to be like, hey, look, remember this person? He's from the OT.
Sure. Sure. And everybody doesn't agree with us. Look, we got a comment here from Digital Rebel. Disney knows what they are doing, and you people don't have a clue. Well,
I hope they do know what they're doing, because they obviously didn't know what they were doing with that sequel trilogy. I can tell you that much. Digital Rebel, they did not know what they were doing on that sequel trilogy or on Solo.
No, you don't know what you're doing,
or on the High Republic.
You don't know what you're doing when you don't have a plan.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so
I hope they know what they're doing now, but they have not. Their track record is not good.
All right, let's move on to the next news here. Unless is anything else you wanted to say about Kenobi?
The rematch. Ewan McGregor was talking about being hooked back up with Hayden Christensen, which is cool. I like the fact that they're bringing Hayden Christensen back. I personally don't want to see a rematch between them. I'm on the camp that's not for that. I would love to see both of them, like him out hunting Jedi, Obi-Wan hiding from them, but they never actually meet or whatever. And then when you see Vader in episode 4, and he's like, I sent something, a presence I've not felt since, and takes us back to, and then of course when he says, when I left you, I was but the learner. Now I'm the master. He's obviously not a learner still at this point in the Star Wars timeline during Kenobi. So it just wouldn't make sense to me. So I'm not for that personally. If they give it to us, I'm sure it'll be cool. But depending on how they work that in there and how they explain it and stuff, I don't know. I'm not really feeling a rematch between them, and that's really the only other thing I wanted to bring up.
Now, I am not with Nick on this. I don't see I identify or translate the quote, when I left you, I was but the learner. I don't see that the way that Nick does. So I am open to them fighting again, but the story has to fit and be great. And if it's not, then I would be against it. But I'm open to it. I'm definitely open to the vision. I'm definitely open to that. That one stands to reason.
Give yourself
if they're gonna
to
fight
the dark
like
side.
in real time, and it be part of the story, then it has to be something that fits a great story. I don't think the way that I see it, I don't see how, if they fight again, it automatically breaks canon. I don't see it that way. I know that some people do. I don't, at least not at this moment.
Plus, like if you go from a rematch between them in this, because it's going to be an epic fight, then you go to their fight on the Death Star in episode 4,
just a few years later, right?
A few years later, which is not that epic. It's just gonna be stupid to me. It's like, okay, Vader and Obi-Wan had this epic fight. Now they're having this kind of lame fight, on the Death Star, like a few years later. Like I'm just not feeling it, man. I mean, now could they explain it, and they put it in some sort of way to where it works, to where it doesn't mess that up? Yeah. And in that case, I would be like, okay, that's cool. But I don't know. I just gotta wait till I see this thing and see how much I like it. But it's got me nervous. I'm excited and nervous at the same time.
Yeah, I understand. Ben Kenobi is my favorite character. So I am obviously biased. So let's identify that bias right now. But Nick, I've never thought about that. They're going to fight in Kenobi, and if they're doing flips, and
doing all kinds of crazy epic,
and then 5 years later they're
it's just going to be stupid.
That'll be strange continuity for sure.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not for a rematch.
I mean, Ben fought like the Tin Man needing oil.
Yeah, and Vader pretty much was as well.
Yeah. Oh man.
So yeah, they. I mean, the fight between Luke and Vader was in Empire and in Jedi was way better than the Kenobi Vader fight in A New Hope. So yeah, I don't want to see a rematch. I just unless they have some sort of explanation and some way they can make it work, I'm just not for it.
Yep. All right. Well, guys, that's going to lead us to the next bit of news. Patty Jenkins' Star Wars movie Rogue Squadron has been delayed, and this is an exclusive from The Hollywood Reporter.
Give yourself
Rogue
to
Squadron,
the
Star Wars feature project due to be directed by Wonder Woman filmmaker Patty Jenkins, has been caught in the tractor beam and will take a little longer to make it to the big screen. Jenkins and writer Matthew Robinson have been developing Squadron for Lucasfilm for over a year with the goal of starting production in 2022. It was to have gone into pre-production by the end of this year. However, sources say the producers and filmmaking team came to the realization that Jenkins' schedule and her other commitments wouldn't allow for the window needed to make the movie in 2022. Squadron would have been the first feature since the end of the Skywalker saga, which wrapped up in 2019's The Rise of Skywalker. It had a release date of December 22nd, 2023, and while that currently remains in place, dates certainly will shift. It is unclear what, if any, of Jenkins' comments were at issue specifically, but she is in development on Wonder Woman 3 for Warner Brothers and a Cleopatra feature for Paramount. Sources say Wonder Woman 3 was initially to have followed Squadron, but that could shift now that the latter is off the table. Squadron and Jenkins' involvement was first revealed during Disney Investor Day. Here it is, Nick, in December of 2020. There it is. Mm-hmm. Wow, it's been a while. In a video accompanying the news, Jenkins said she was using her fighter pilot father as an inspiration for the project and wanted to make the greatest fighter pilot movie ever made. It is unclear if Lucasfilm will have another Star Wars movie ready to go before Squadron, but development continues on several, among them one from Marvel Studios chief Kevin Feige and one from Taika Waititi. So, Nick, was this shocking to you? It's kind of a rhetorical question that Rogue Squadron has now been pretty much delayed indefinitely.
Yeah, so a couple things with this. One, it's delayed indefinitely. Now, Patty Jenkins, her directing in the first Wonder Woman movie was pretty well done. She did a pretty good job on that. I wasn't like a super huge fan of the first movie, but I thought it was a good movie. The second one, Wonder Woman 84, which she wrote and directed, was complete garbage. That movie was just terrible. So I'm sure that they probably worked this deal out, and I read somewhere where they said that there was some scheduling conflicts. How can there be scheduling conflicts? Like you brought her on to do this film, and then now all of a sudden there's scheduling conflicts. Like, I think that she's out the door. They don't like what she's doing with this. That's why it's delayed indefinitely, and they're going to end up bringing somebody else on, and she's going to be out the door. This is another thing, and I don't know who you would assume that Kathleen Kennedy's doing the hiring here for these directors for these movies and stuff. And this has been one of the big, huge problems with Kathleen Kennedy is her vetting these people that she's hiring. The Game of Thrones guys, they were in and then they were out. The Solo guys, they were in, then they were out. They had to get somebody else to come in and pretty much redo the whole project. And now you got this Patty Jenkins thing. Bob Chapek, he's in charge now. It's not Iger. And, I don't think he likes the direction that some of the stuff was going. And this is just speculation on my part, but he might be getting involved in some of this stuff, in some of these projects, and being like, no, this isn't good. So who knows what the real story is, but the fact that this is delayed indefinitely, I guarantee you she is not doing this movie. And it's not going to happen. If it does happen, it's going to happen with somebody else that's going to be ahead in charge of the project. And this is another thing about Rogue Squadron. In that little short clip that they showed her when she had on the X-Wing flight suit, and she turned around and walked away from the camera and was on the runway, and there was an X-Wing there. Now, that was an X-Wing from the OT. That was the classic X-Wing. But in the movie title art, it was the sequel trilogy X-Wings that were in there. So it's like, okay, is this, what's the time frame of this that this is happening? Now, because it had those sequel trilogy X-Wings, you would assume that it's going to take place in the sequel trilogy time frame. Maybe that's what they were writing this for. Maybe that's the time they were writing it for. Sequel trilogy obviously was not beloved by a lot of people. So maybe they're putting the axe to that, and they're gonna, go back and do this from scratch. I would have liked to seen a Rogue Squadron movie that takes place in between episodes 3 and 4, or in between episodes 4 and 5, after the first Star Wars movie, and have some of those classic characters make cameos or returns in it. But that's what I was hoping for when this was announced. So I don't know. That's just kind of my just quick thoughts on it from what I've read and heard on it.
Well, I agree with you. The setting for the movie is the most important factor. If it's in the sequel trilogy era, very few people are going to care about this movie. And here's the thing. This is my personal opinion. I'm not sure very many people care about this movie already.
Yeah.
I don't think that people are getting excited for Disney cinematic films. They're excited for the shows.
Mm-hmm.
But people aren't excited. We don't know what Taika Waititi's doing. We don't know what, they had their chance to create great movies, and they squandered it.
Yeah.
They have given us one great live action show since the Disney purchase in 2012. We assume we're about to get 2 or 3 more.
One good movie with Rogue One.
Yeah,
and one good movie. One good show, one good movie.
So we have soured on movies, and this, I don't want to see Star Wars movies go away, but that's not what the banner carrier is for the franchise right now. It's the streaming service. That's what's getting it done. Mando kept Star Wars alive. Period. So
yeah, bringing Luke back. Them introducing Grogu, Baby
not just
Yoda.
that, like the second half of Mando season 2, from the moment Ahsoka shows up, and then Boba Fett shows up, and then Luke shows up, Bo-Katan is in the mix, That's great storytelling. All of that. Chapter 13 to the end. I could watch that every day. Like,
yeah, and if you go back and watch our reviews on that, like you go back and watch our reviews from the beginning of season 2, like I know I was real meh about the show and thought a lot of it was very cringe and not very good. But once we hit those last couple episodes, like, you know, they had the episode where they had to raid the Imperial factory, you know, and all that. From that, pretty much that point on, I was like, okay, that's a really good episode. Like, hopefully the next one's just as good or better. And every single episode from there on out to the end of the season just got better.
Well, let's do this right now, Nick. Let's ask the chat. We want to engage with you guys. If you are disappointed at any degree of disappointment that the movie has been canceled indefinitely, give us a 1 in chat. And if you don't care at all, give us a 2. And I would like to see, see. And Tony was just timed out by the Nightbot. Tony, I don't know why you were timed out by Nightbot, but it shouldn't last more than 5 seconds. Nightbot is the computer.
Yeah, we don't have any control over that, Tony.
All right.
I see why. It's because he put a whole bunch of emojis.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
So Nightbot will flag that in order if you put too many emojis, Tony.
Yeah. All right. So I see.
So it wasn't us. It wasn't us.
I see a vast majority of 2s coming in. There are some 1s. There are some people who were disappointed, and guys, that we understand. I would be a 2.
I would be a 2 if this is happening in the sequel trilogy.
Oh, I'd be a 3. I'd be like, burn it down.
Yeah. The thing is, if you played the Rogue Squadron games on would those come out on Nintendo 64 and GameCube, or was that just GameCube?
Yeah, and while you're making this point, that's what the movie's supposed to be based on.
Yes. If you played those games or read the comic book series of Rogue Squadron, it was awesome. Like if a Rogue Squadron movie could be great. It could be great, like
Absolutely.
really, really good.
Absolutely.
And I would be 100% on board with it. But if it's happening in the sequel trilogy era, like I just don't care about anything during that time period at all. Anything else, I will literally never watch those sequel trilogy movies ever again. That's how much I despise them. And I don't care about anything that happens during that time. So if they were doing something during that period, I just wouldn't care. Of course, I'd watch it and talk about it on the channel and that sort of thing. And maybe it would be good. But going into it, having not seen anything, I just don't really care that much about it. But if it was about the Rogue Squadron that we've seen in the past with the video games and comics and all that, man, I would be there day one. I would be pumped and excited, just like we're excited for what was the EA X-Wing, the flight sim game? I already forgot what it was called.
Squadrons.
Yeah, Star Wars Squadron, which we were super hyped for, and it was
I bought a $1,000
letdown.
VR set just for that game.
Yeah.
Played it
and I'll never
15
play
minutes.
that game again. I had to force myself just to play through the story campaign of Star Wars Squadrons. Like when you first get in there with the VR and stuff, you're like, wow, this is cool. So it's cool, you know, but when you start getting into the story and stuff, like, oh my God, it was so bad. So bad and so cringe. And it was just like, I mean, it was like hell trying to get through it for me. And I don't even think Coach even finished the
I
story
played 15
campaign.
minutes and I was done.
Yeah.
I was done.
Yeah.
I'll never play it again.
But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on Rogue Squadron. So if they delayed this indefinitely, you know, that also gives me hope, the fact that they're delaying it indefinitely. If they saw it and was like, look, people don't like stuff, you know, or if they felt like, you know, people would not get pumped or excited for it, you know, maybe that's why they're delaying it indefinitely. Maybe they're gonna get somebody else on the project or something. So, hopefully, like I said earlier, hopefully Disney's learned from their mistakes and they're changing course. But it could all, just all still be complete garbage, but we really won't know until we actually see it. But I'm holding out hope, guys.
Yep. All right. So let me catch up on these super chats real quick, and we'll move on to our next bit of news. Tony Yule has super chatted $20. He says, "This is what Lucasfilm and Disney needs to do. Number 1, firing both Kathleen Kennedy and Pablo Hidalgo. Number 2, erase the sequel trilogies. And number 3, a public apology for what they did to Gina Carano." So, yeah, I could not agree more. What about you, Nick?
I would be for all of that. But ultimately, they're never going to apologize for the Gina Carano thing publicly. That will never, ever happen.
If we ever see her back on a Disney production, we know the apology happened.
Yeah.
But we won't see it.
No, it'll never be made public. And there's been some things going around, with, if you guys have been watching a lot of Doomcock rumor videos, some of the stuff he was saying kind of makes sense. And there's another YouTuber that kind of slipped up a while back ago on some that's got some inside knowledge on Gina Carano, and I wouldn't be surprised if she's coming back for Mando season 4, and that the show, what was the show that she was supposed to?
Rangers of the New Republic.
Yeah, Rangers of the New Republic, and that show doesn't end up coming back.
Yeah.
That stuff's obviously on hold right now. Obviously, she's not going to be in Mando season 3, but maybe she'll show up at the end. But I don't know why she'd want to come back. If she came back, it would really be just because of the fans. But it also might be a big part if it's under new leadership there. And she's going to be working under different people, and I would like to see her come back. And like Coach said, that would be like knowing that the apology happened at some point in time.
I did read something very interesting yesterday. It was a report that said that Rangers of the New Republic, the movie, or the show rather, was never intended to be a Gina Carano centric show. She was going to be one of the main cast, but there were going to be other people, such as a Timothy Oliphant as Cobb Vanth in the show as well. Like it was going to be a team, and she was going to be a member of the team. Now that would be a 1 for me. I am disappointed that show is not happening, because I would really like to watch that show. I think I'd really enjoy it. So
because that happens 5 years or so after Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
So it's basically like sequel timeline.
Well,
it was
going to be another lens of looking at the Favreau Filoni verse. It's the time of the Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, and Ahsoka. And we need all that we could get, guys. We need all of that we can get.
Yep. As far as the Kathleen Kennedy thing goes, I don't really care if she's there or not. I just want good Star Wars. But I'm 100% all for her being out of there. 100%. But I want good Star Wars more than I want Kathleen Kennedy to be gone.
All right. So X-Wing sends in a super chat. He says, from the concept art, it appears that they're fighting on Mustafar in their respective forms, reliving the fight. Totally fine for me if it's a dream or nightmare. So he's talking about the confrontation between Vader and Kenobi for the Kenobi series. So, yeah, that concept art could be a big tell. Absolutely. And Darth KSO super chatted $4.99, saying, I think the fight will be a dream sequence. I guess he saw X-Wing super chat, and he says, when can we get Theory back on a live stream? Thank you guys for what you do. May the Force be with you. I don't know, Darth KSO, but the invitation is always open for Star Wars Theory. So we all owe Star Wars Theory a degree of thank you for keeping Star Wars alive when it was a dark, dark time a few years ago. So Tony Yule has super chatted $5. Okay, have any of you seen SC-83? I think it's 38. SC38, where a fan recreated the Kenobi Vader lightsaber battle in episode 4.
Give yourself.
Absolutely. We actually, I think, reviewed that on the channel.
We did, and it was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
That was such a good, Tony. That was such a good fight. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Like I would be all for if they paid that guy and inserted that into the movie.
No, I can't do that. I can't go there.
Into the special edition. Of course, I only watch the original, unedited, unspecial edition versions of the original trilogy now.
Yeah.
But there are we did go we had watch parties for some fan edits, special editions of episode 4
Patty
and
ones.
5. Yeah, Patty ones. Yep.
All right. Debbie Young tipped $10. In my opinion, a fight can work between them if Obi-Wan doesn't realize that it's Anakin when he's fighting Vader. Because as far as Obi-Wan knows, he thinks Anakin is dead and he's fighting him. He'll figure it out. That's what I think. So as he's fighting Vader, he realizes this is Anakin. That will be a gut-wrenching moment if that happens, Debbie. That's
sort of like the Ahsoka Vader.
Yeah. Oh,
fight.
To see that in live action. Oh my gosh. Wow. So I would be in favor of that. If we could see that, that makes the rematch worth it to me. I'm sorry, guys. That's so good. That is so good. Thank you, Debbie. Nick Southwood super chatted $1.99. Patty Jenkins, her dad was a pilot. That's her reason to make it good. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. That's one thing that she has mentioned a couple times. Daryl the Derelict has tipped $5.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Daryl says, just the tip, gentlemen. Just the tip.
Yeah.
Love you, brothers. Here's to the good Star Wars heading our way. Hit that like button. Thank you, Daryl. We appreciate it, bro.
To the dark side.
Stephanie Genesec Smuggler's Cantina. Hey, Steph. She tips $4.99. Rogue Squadron's over. It's not worth discussing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems that way.
Yep.
It seems that way.
And Valiant
But I would like to see a Rogue Squadron movie set, that follows the comics and the video games.
Yeah. Valiant Renegade super chatted $50. Thank you, Valiant. He said,
Hell,
Nerd
Valiant.
Brigade. Reserving comments until Disney Plus Day tomorrow, when we'll likely see a more robust news drop on Kenobi. That said, if you want my comments now, well, okay. Well, Valiant, we happen to have a Star Wars show every Thursday night. So that's what we're doing. But thank you, man. Thank you for being here and everything, bro. And I'm sure you will have good content ready to go.
Yeah, I will actually be up. I'm actually going to watch it when it drops, and I'm going to be dropping a video on this tonight.
Yep.
So.
All right, guys. Well, let's move on to the next bit of news here. Did a Star Wars Old Republic movie replace Rogue Squadron? And this is coming from Den of Geek. We didn't even need to wait until this upcoming Friday's Disney Plus Day broadcast to get the first big Star Wars news of the week. Rogue Squadron, the movie being helmed by Patty Jenkins, has been delayed from its 2023 release date. THR reports Jenkins' other commitments will prevent her from being able to film the first post-Skywalker saga Star Wars movie next year. Since this was the only upcoming Star Wars film with a confirmed release date, this now potentially leaves the franchise's theatrical side in limbo. But if another rumor that spread through social media over the past few days is to be believed, there may be more to this delay than meets the eye. Little Transformers reference there. I like it. Take this bit with a grain of salt. On Friday, Twitter user Big Screen Leaks, he's known as BSL, Big Screen Leaks, who has recently scooped details about upcoming Marvel and Star Wars releases, such as the release date of the Book of Boba Fett trailer and the fact that Jared Leto references Venom in the Morbius trailer, claimed that a new Star Wars movie would film in 2022 and that it wasn't a project announced at Disney Investors Day broadcast last year. BSL's actual tweet says, "There's a Star Wars film planning to shoot next year. It's not Taika's film, Feige's film, or Rogue Squadron." Hours later, Adam Fraser, a Star Wars reporter at Slash Film, retweeted and responded to BSL's claim with his own message, suggesting that the unannounced movie would be set during the fan-coveted Old Republic era, hundreds of years before the events of the Skywalker saga. Nick, do you think canceling, if this rumor is true, do you think that canceling the Rogue Squadron series or movie and delaying that indefinitely, we don't know if it's going to happen at all now, and now they're going to bring in somebody else to do an Old Republic setting movie, do you think that's a good idea?
Well, I personally have not ever played the Old Republic games. Have very little knowledge of that whole time period, but I know that there's a ton of people that love those games, love Darth Revan, love all the characters that are involved in that. So I think that would be good. Plus, I would be interested in seeing it just because I don't know a whole lot about it. So I'd be down for it. But again, see, this is the other thing. So say they're actually doing an Old Republic movie, and I go into it not really knowing anything about the Old Republic. I could go in there and watch that movie and be like, man, that movie was awesome. I loved it. Then you could have the people that actually know about the Old Republic. I think I said High Republic a second ago.
It's okay.
I'm talking about the old, I'm talking about the Old Republic.
we know.
Yeah. So if they actually might watch it and be like, they completely destroyed it. They ruined these characters. This is trash. So it could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing, you know. Yeah. I'm all for it if they want to do it, as long as they the people that are hardcore fans of that, as long as it's pleasing to them, I'm good with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I would be very interested to see an Old Republic movie. It's funny, man. Like when you go in the past, when you go Return of the Jedi era to the past, we're good. We're good. There are no issues. Nobody is, creating movements on Twitter to hate it or anything like that. Everything's good when you go to the past. It's Return of the Jedi forward where people have issues and people are like, man, I don't have any interest in this. And I don't blame them because I don't either. Right now, we've got 5 years after Return of the Jedi, that era's good. Moving forward, we don't know. We don't know yet. So we're going to see. I'm getting into a whole nother can of worms here, guys. But I'm going to tell you, we're going to be finding out more about the whole world between worlds. It's coming. It is coming. So just hold on and wait. Anything else you wanted to say about the Old Republic, Nick, before we move on to the next article?
Nope.
All right, well, here we go. Eternals director Chloe Zhao is directing Kevin Feige's Star Wars movie, according to Den of Geek. Now, that was actually their title. They're not really sure. They're speculating. But they said, and the plot thickens. BSL has made a separate claim this week that Academy Award-winning director Chloe Zhao, who did Nomadland and Eternals, is in talks to direct the movie that Feige has been working on with Loki scribe Michael Waldron. Zhao has previously said that she'd love to work with Feige on his Star Wars movie, but that, again, isn't confirmation of anything. No other details have been revealed about this movie as of yet. whether you believe the Star Wars rumor mill or not, and most of the time you really shouldn't, BSL does have a solid track record. The pace at which things seem to be moving in the galaxy far, far away right now is at least compelling and make the lead up to all the Disney Plus Day news tomorrow much more exciting. We'll know what's what on Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, which is when Disney plans to drop all of its big updates on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. 9 a.m. Eastern Time, Nick.
I will still be asleep.
That does not mean that the Under the Helmet, the Legacy of Boba Fett documentary will not be available before that, though. So
no.
I definitely think you should check and see if it's available before you go to bed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I will. Because I normally go to bed right around that time, 3:30, 4. It just depends on what I'm doing.
So what do you have any thoughts about the director of Eternals doing a new Star Wars movie?
I have not seen the Eternals, and from what I've heard from it, it is not something that I have any interest in seeing at all. I'm definitely not going to pay to see the Eternals. They are 100% pushing that forced diversity in that thing, and they have literally come out and said it in interviews and stuff. So I don't know anything about the Eternals. I don't know if it was any good or not. I know that a lot of people are not liking it. The critics absolutely did not like it, and it seems to get a lot of mixed reviews from the fan base. But I don't really know that much about her as a director. I mean, I don't know. I really don't have a whole lot to say on it.
But I'm a 2 on it, guys. At the time, like I just, this is news that I just don't really care about. But this next bit of news that we're going to get into in just a second could be more interesting. Let's catch up on our super chats before we do, though, and see what all is happening here. Tony Yule has super chatted $20. He says, please do a special live stream tomorrow after Star Wars Day, and please have everyone from Doomcock, Geeks and Gamers, Star Wars Theories, etc.
Tomorrow is going to be hard for us. And also on top of that, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers and Gary over at Nerdrotic, they are pretty much done talking or having anything to do with Star Wars content. They've said it publicly multiple times. Now those guys are friends of the channel, and we love those guys, but they just don't talk about Star Wars. So I don't really see I don't really see them really having any desire on coming on our channel a whole lot moving forward. I would definitely love to have them on here, but they just don't care anything about any of it. Like they aren't interested in any of it and don't care to talk about it.
But you know what we can do? You know what we can do for Tony is that we could bring on the great Robert Meyer Burnett and extend an invitation from him.
Yeah, we could bring on Robert Meyer Burnett. We could bring on Cameron Pasha. Tom over at Midnight's Edge. He's another one that has really no interest in discussing or talking or covering Star Wars.
Tom would come on.
Tom would come on. But we could get Chris Gore. That Chris Gore would be somebody else good to have on with Cameron and with Robert Meyer Burnett to talk about all this stuff. The only thing is, plus Doomcock has his Friday night Frolics show on Friday.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be able to come.
Well, so what we can look into doing,
we'll look at lining them up though.
We could look into possibly getting something in the works for Saturday night and having like a mass pop-ins, celebrity pop-ins, viewer pop-ins. We could look into doing that Saturday night, perhaps. So stick with us, and we'll update and let everybody know more. Valiant Renegade super chats $4.99. He says, not surprised by Rogue One news at all. Also noticed Old Republic and not High Republic. He corrected you. A distinction with difference people need to note. Sure.
Yeah, well, I don't think he was correcting me. I think he was just saying, notice that they're saying that it's going to be the whole Old Republic and not the High Republic that they were really pushing
I
there.
got you. I was hoping he was busting your chops, but I got you. I
Yeah.
got you.
So yeah, that I think they've realized that and they were having that High Republic show on the Star Wars YouTube channel. When was the last time they did an episode?
I don't ever watch. I have no idea.
I haven't. So they just did an episode talking about the new Lego AT-AT, and but it wasn't that same.
That's
girl
not the
that
High
they had
Republic
on.
show. That's not.
Yeah. That was. But they talked briefly about the High Republic in that. If they had a show dedicated to it, I think that show might have got canceled. I think that chick might have got yeeted out of there, and they might not be doing that anymore.
Somebody in the chat, go check out Star Wars official channel and see when they did their last High Republic show with Christina Ariel.
Yeah, because I think they're not. Rumor has it that Bob Chapek's not buying into this whole woke mentality, identity politics, pushing this forced diversity into everything, and going down checking all these boxes, to please the minorities out there, and he's wanting to start making big time money again for the company and for the shareholders.
Yeah.
So I think they're moving away from the High Republic stuff. I think they're moving away from the sequel trilogy stuff. I think they're moving away from all that stuff that's just not working and that fans are not really into, which is a good thing. So
we're just waiting on confirmation that the Mando universe does not lead to the sequel trilogy. That's all we're waiting for, guys. And let's keep waiting for it. Let's keep saying it. I honestly believe it's going to happen. Boy, that will be a day long remembered.
Yeah, I mean, they've opened up the door to allow it to happen. So I don't think that it's outside the realm of possibilities for it to happen. No. Could everything lead to the sequel trilogy?
It seems too good to be true.
But the door is open for that to happen, to not lead to the sequel trilogy. So, we're just basically waiting on confirmation.
Yep. Tony Yule has super chatted $10. He says, Overlord has stated that Bob Chapek has canceled everything coming out of the High Republic. Now, I don't know if that rumor is true or not. Some say there's going to be a High Republic movie. I don't know.
If they do a High Republic movie with Geode the Rock, man, Disney just put one more nail in the Star Wars coffin. If they do that, that would be an absolute disaster and a waste of time and money on their part. I don't see it. I mean, unless they've just completely lost their minds over there, I don't see how they could think that would be a good idea to do a High Republic movie. If they did that, I would literally just laugh and make fun of it.
It's just another opportunity for us to not support something that we don't have any interest in.
Yeah. Yep.
Valientes sends in a $10 super sticker. Thank you, sir. And then Valiant Renegade with another $9.99 super chat. He said, exactly, Nick. High Republic is a dead asset. Acolyte was tied to High Republic. Now we hear rumors of Old Republic, which is what
give yourself
HR attempted to replace
High
Republic. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yep.
Yeah. So, you haven't heard anything more on the Acolyte. I wouldn't be surprised if that steaming pile of crap ends up getting delayed indefinitely because of scheduling conflicts also.
Yep. There's already rumors about that.
Yeah.
LR Dice with a $5 super chat. He says, a part of me still wants a world between worlds to happen. And so do we, bro. So
yeah, 100%. And back to the Acolyte thing real quick. I would love to see a Sith-centric movie or show on the Sith, but not with what Leslie Headland was wanting to do with it. Somebody that knows nothing about Star Wars and has publicly said that. and wants to get people involved that don't know Star Wars. That is not a recipe for success. That's a recipe for disaster.
Yep.
So I think the idea of having something Sith centric is a cool idea, but not with those people involved.
Darth KSO with a $4.99 super chat. He says, I'm waiting for Kyle Katarn to become canon along with Mara Jade. Nick, Starkiller is coming to Galaxy of Heroes.
Give yourself to the dark side.
I loved Starkiller in the Force Unleashed games. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, when I was sick, I wasn't on the show last week. I missed last week. I started playing Galaxy of Heroes on my phone because I just laid around in the bed and on the couch just watching.
Hey, you chit chat with everybody and engage, and I'll be back in 90 seconds.
Okay. So yeah, I started playing Galaxy of Heroes on my phone. I made a post and tons of people added me on their Galaxy of Heroes to where we are friends on there, and I'm liking the game. It's definitely something you could spend a lot of money on, and I've kind of already screwed up because when I started playing the game, I was leveling up everybody. I was not focused in on certain characters. Like, I figured all that out later, that you're supposed to like kind of put focus into a certain group of characters. But there is the game. I'm enjoying it. It's pretty fun. I do have a post
to the dark
on Twitter
side.
that or also on the community page of my my tag, my ID on here. So if any of you guys are playing it, and I've watched several videos where people are talking about there was a couple people that's played this game that hasn't spent any money on it, and they've been playing it for years. But you can spend a crap ton of money on it, or you can. It's free to play, and you could just play it up until the point to where you have to pay for money and then just wait. But yeah, it's pretty fun. So if you guys are interested, you can go check out that community post and add me on there. We can be friends on there, and we can battle.
All right,
it's
and
pretty
Nick can use your characters. That's what
Yeah,
he needs.
yeah.
That's what he needs.
Yeah.
All right.
And you guys can use mine if you're just starting.
Matt Risman sent me a message. He said the Boba documentary dropped at midnight UK time and is available to UK viewers now. So it is a safe bet, 12 midnight Pacific. It will be available in the US.
So it's 2 a.m. here.
It's 3. Isn't it 3?
No, it's 2.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep.
I'm looking to make sure. I don't know why I thought there was 3-hour time difference. You're absolutely right. I stand corrected. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is on November 11th at 8:24 p.m. Central Time. Nick was absolutely correct, and I was 100% wrong. Let that be known. All right. Here we go. You didn't even laugh. You didn't even crack a smile at that. All right.
I was sitting here reading Vorlinus. He was one of the people that spent no money on the game. He's been playing it for a long time and got his characters jacked up there. But yeah, 2 o'clock in the morning our time.
Select AMC theaters to host Disney Plus Day surprise screenings this weekend. So here's what's happening. On November 12th, that's tomorrow, through the 14th, more than 200 AMC theater locations across the United States will offer a Disney Plus Day surprise screening. The screening will happen 4 times daily, with each featuring a different theme. You have one theme, the Pixar fan favorite movie. You have another theme, the Walt Disney Animation Studios fan favorite movie. You have a third theme, Disney fan favorite movie. And the fourth one, which is why we're talking about this at all, is the Star Wars fan favorite movie. However, it says guests will not know what film is screening until the show begins. Each screening will also feature a surprise short. Plus, guests who attend will receive a free Disney Plus poster and can purchase a cameo combo for $5 plus tax. Tickets for these Disney Plus Day surprise screenings are $5 plus tax and are on sale now. For more information, including participating locations, be sure to visit amctheaters.com.
Give yourself
guys,
to the dark side.
Matt Risman did all the investigative work on here. I got to give props to him. The runtime is 2 hours, 13 minutes. The only Star Wars movie that has that runtime is Rogue One. Nick, is it curious that the Disney Plus Day AMC special Star Wars screening movie, that's a mouthful, is it curious to you that it's not going to be episodes 7, 8, 9, nothing from the sequel trilogy? It's going to be Rogue One. What does that say? And also, we just mentioned it, if you head over to the latest Star Wars show on the Star Wars official channel, the redheaded lady, I don't even remember her name, the author that hosts the show, she says in her video today that the AMC thing is happening. And she's like, which movie is it going to be? And they had all episodes 1 through 9 revolving around the screen. No Rogue One, nothing else. Episodes 1 through 9, that was all. And she said some fans have even done investigative work and gotten a hint on what movie it'll be based on the runtime. But we like to keep things a secret here, or something to that effect. That was hilarious to me. Like, that was basically Star Wars saying, we know the fans already know what movie it is. We're not going to come out and tell you because we told you it was going to be a secret. It's a secret screening. So all of that's kind of funny to me. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it would make sense. Rogue One was the most accepted movie that
Did it make the most money?
They put out there. No, it did not make the most money. But it's the one that people have the least amount of issues with. My biggest issue, I have two big issues with Rogue One, which is my favorite movie that Disney Star Wars has put out. I have two issues with it. One, they got rid of the crawl at the beginning of the movie. There's so much that they could have explained and set up before that even started that would have just, when you start that movie, you would just have a better understanding of what's happening. I wish they would have kept the crawl in there. And then the whole little CGI squid mind reading thing, like, I hated that whole scene. It would have been a lot cooler if they just had somebody that had mind reading capabilities, like a Vulcan or something, that came in there and was able to do it. Not that weird slimy creature thing that I thought was stupid. That's really my only two issues with it. Outside of that, I thought it was a pretty good movie from start to finish. And I was actually just looking at my AMC, and they have a show. I don't know if that's blurry or not, but they got a show time Saturday at 3:35 that's sold out, and it doesn't list what the name of the movie is. It just says private theater.
What's the runtime?
It doesn't say. It just says that it's sold out, and it's at 3:35.
If it's sequel trilogy, people will stand up and walk out.
Yeah. Like, I paid $5 to come in. Like, if it was a sequel trilogy movie, I'm gonna look into see what's going on, and see if there's an AMC that's close to me, that's in reasonable driving distance. So, because I wouldn't mind going and checking out to see what they show beforehand. And if it was Rogue One, I'd stick around and I'd watch it on the big screen again.
Nathan Woodward has a really good comment right here, Nick. He says it makes sense that leads into the Andor show. I think we're about to find out a lot about Andor tomorrow.
Yep, it does make sense. because the Andor series, it's funny because they're doing the Andor series, which is a spinoff of Rogue One. They're doing Mandalorian, which bounces off of the original trilogy. They're doing Obi-Wan, which bounces off of the prequels. They have nothing that's bouncing off of the sequel trilogy. Nothing. So that gives me some bit of hope that they're like, okay, people really did not like this. Yeah, we made money on it, but none of the merchandise is selling. None of it's being rewatched. People aren't talking about it. It's not trending. Like nobody cares. And there's a lot of people that really hated these movies. So that gives me a little bit of hope that they've kind of gotten the picture and they're starting to move in a different direction.
It's actually what I was about to ask you next was I really think this is chalk this up for another win for the good guys.
Yeah.
This is more confirmation that things are going our way. If we go to the theater for the Star Wars fan favorite movie, that's what they're calling it, the Star Wars fan favorite movie. Disney Star Wars has given us 5 movies. If they give us the only one that's any good for us, that's what most of us agree. Some people like Solo that are here. I think most people are kind of very lukewarmish about it. But most of us agree Rogue One is easily the best of the 5. The only good one for me, really. If that's what we get, that's more evidence to support that we're winning this thing and that things are going our way. Especially when you consider that Rogue One did not make the most amount of money of all of those movies.
Yeah. Solo was also the only Star Wars movie that has come out since I've been alive that I did not see in the movie theaters.
Yeah. All right.
I was like, yeah.
So tomorrow's big event, Nick. Tomorrow's big event. Under the Helmet, the Legacy of Boba Fett. According to the IMDb, the storyline is, and this is from LucasArts as well, or Lucasfilm, sorry. The storyline is a special celebrating the origins and legacy of Star Wars legendary bounty hunter. They have also listed this show as a documentary. So I am really excited about seeing this. We know, according to Tamura Morrison, that there's going to be a lot of flashbacks. There's going to be a lot of going back and filling in his story gaps. We're going to go back to the time of Empire. We're going to go back to the Return of the Jedi. And if they're doing that, Nick, in the Book of Boba Fett, don't you think they're going to go back to the Clone Wars era in the Ahsoka film or the show?
The Ahsoka show is going to be taking place after Return of the Jedi.
So is the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, so I think they'll reference stuff from the Clone Wars and stuff. Obviously, maybe even do some flashbacks to that time period. So yeah, we could definitely see clone stuff, and it is canon now that the old guy with the white beard on Endor in Return of the Jedi is Rex.
Yeah.
So we know that he's still alive. But he was really old then, and now he's 5 years older. So I'm of course Tamura Morrison, they would have to they'd have to put the white beard and stuff on him. I mean, I guess that he could just look the same and that he could be like, yeah, I shaved it off, or something. But
right.
Everybody probably would like to see the white bearded Rex come back. But I think that would be cool to see Rex. Walt Tamura Morrison is still at the age to where he can do the clone characters and stuff.
Yeah.
I think they should definitely use them in some stuff, because I know a lot of fans of that series and that time period would really be excited and happy to see him on the big screen.
Sure.
Or live action.
All right. Well, Bellow Triggerfish sends in a $10 super chat here. He says, the color palette of High Republic looks so much like Eternals. Anyway, let's give Favreau and Filoni some time. I am carefully optimistic. Thank you so much, Bellow, for saying that.
Yep.
And then Venture has tipped $5.
Give yourself to the
last
dark
High
side.
Republic YouTube video with Christina Ariel was on September 15th. So it's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
And I think they were doing those monthly. And so they just came out with the Star Wars show today. I'm telling you, the thing is, if they cancel shows like that are being shown on their channel on YouTube, they're not going to come out and make an announcement like, hey guys, this is our last show. They're just going to stop doing it. And that won't ever come out and say anything. It's just going to go away. It's sort of like the Ron Johnson trilogy that he's supposed to get. We're never going to hear the Ron Johnson trilogy is not happening. We're not doing it. They're just not going to talk about it, and it's just not going to happen.
Right.
You know?
Yep. I'm with you.
And so I think the same thing happened with this High Republic show that they were doing. It was getting ratioed and downvoted big time. The comments, if you go back even today and read the comment section on any of those High Republic episodes, I mean, those people are getting destroyed over the High Republic. People's like, give us more Luke, give us more Ahsoka, give us more of everything but this High Republic stuff and sequel trilogy stuff. So
yep. Well, Nick, is there anything else you wanted to say as we're winding down? I think it's going to be better, guys, after nearly a 2-hour show, if we dedicate an entire stream to pop-ins. And what I think that we could do is,
because I got some work stuff I got to do. I've actually had some emails come in.
What I think that we can do is have a show dedicated to the viewers, where we have massive pop-ins. We will send out invitations to other content creators to join us, but you guys will be able to join us, and we'll open it up to everybody. We'll start with our grandmasters and go down our tiers for our member family, and we will allow anybody to join in, even non-members. I think that we'll do that. We'll shoot for Saturday night, but be looking for posts on Twitter and in our community area. Nick and I will get together, and we'll figure out when is going to be the best time for us to do this. It could be Sunday afternoon. We don't know. So just stay with us.
This is what you get when you have two guys that aren't full-time YouTubers.
Yeah.
Inconsistency and randomness. Because we have regular jobs and regular lives. Once we get to the point to where we can make YouTube a full-time thing, it won't be like this. But it is what it is now.
What's a miracle is that we're as consistent as we are. Every Thursday night, we're here. And we are releasing content Monday through Friday, every day at 3:00. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
And occasionally a surprise video like today's. So here, I'm going to pat both of us on the back.
we're doing what we can. We're doing what we can. Guys.
Yep. Thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate it. It's been a great show. Good job, Nick. We enjoyed going through all the news with you guys. We will be back in 1, 2, or 3 days. Everybody tune into Disney Plus tomorrow and go see this Book of Boba Fett documentary. We're going to be talking about it. We might even do a watch party on Saturday night. I have not heard from the mod team yet about what we're going to do for our Discord watch party. So be watching for that. And I've said it several weeks in a row now. Nick and I are going to be revamping our member perks.
Greetings, Exalted One.
So be waiting for that. That's something that he and I are going through. So thank you guys so much for being here. As always, I am the coach. He is Nick. We are, and every single day of the year, 365, 24/7, we are our Echo Base Network. And we will see you guys later.
See you guys, and thanks to the mod team in chat.
Absolutely. Now I need my stream ending button. There it is. That was anticlimactic. See you guys. All right. Bye, y'all. Thank you so much for a great show. Pop-ins. Next one. Massive. Let's do this. I almost forgot to tell everybody, Nick has already left, but he wanted me to tell you all that he's very sorry for everything he ever said bad about Omega, and that they are now liking each other a whole lot. So there you go.